If you have been feeling disconnected from yourself, from your intuition, your joy, your purpose, your creativity, your energy, it may not be burnout. It's not being in a funk, and it's not because you're doing life wrong. You feel disconnected because you have drifted out of alignment. You have drifted out of who you really are. And reconnecting isn't hard. It's actually your natural state. And so what I'm going to be talking about today is super, super cool, all about the energy, psychology, and science of mindset, of alignment, of reconnecting with who you are so you can attract more of what you want. And if that resonates, please hit subscribe, hit like, definitely comment, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I release my next video, usually every Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday. So welcome, welcome, beautiful souls, to Infinite You. I'm Dr. Sheri, spiritual psychologist, multidimensional mindset mentor, soul-led success coach, and intuitive empowerment guide. And I am here to help you reconnect to soul, to the essence of who you are, your authenticity, your truth, align your energy with your mindset, and step into your truest, highest version of yourself, your infinite potential, so you can attract and create and manifest a life and even a business that feels powerful, peaceful, and deeply aligned, all in flow, all with that beautiful frequency of joy. So before I get into the bigger picture, I want to share a little bit about my story, my purpose, my why, and what brings me here today to talk about this topic. I have definitely had seasons of feeling disconnected, not lost, not broken, just really not me. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't confused. I was not ungrateful. I just felt disconnected from the version of me, that deep, deep soul frequency of my truth, who felt alive, intuitive, creative, inspired, and guided. And every time I have experienced that, it wasn't because I was doing anything wrong. It was because something inside of me at the end of the day really was shifting. Disconnection is often the first sign that a new level of you is trying to emerge. And I want to say, with all of the energetic shifts of what's going on in the planet, what's going on astrologically in this timeline in 2025 and beyond, right? It's happening to each and every one of us. And so really, like, if you're feeling this way, you are definitely not alone. But I want to talk first about what disconnection actually is. It is not a problem. It is a message. It is your system saying that your body, your soul, your being, who you are, the presence of you on the planet in body, mind, soul, in 3D, 4D, and 5D. It is your system, your overall beingness telling you that you have outgrown this version of yourself, that your soul is calling you inward, that you cannot move forward with outdated energy, your way of being, your mindset, who you are, who you think that you are, and the programming that is your next level, whatever that means for you, whether you are a purpose-driven seeker, a spiritual entrepreneur, a creator, a healer, a coach, a human who knows that they are meant for more, all of that stuff. You are being called to realign. It is who we are as humans. It is a beautiful, graceful, amazing unfolding that we get to experience right here in physical form. So disconnection happens when your mind is busy, your energy is kind of tangled up, your intuition gets really quiet, and your truth gets buried under shoulds, under roles, under old programming, under responsibilities. But the moment that you return inward, your energy, for lack of a better way of saying this, really comes back online, right? I love that, right? Your energy really comes back into being aligned. It comes back into being online. And so the top 5 spiritual reasons that you feel disconnected. You've been operating from your mind instead of your soul. You are overthinking, you are overanalyzing, you are trying to figure it out. And your mind in that space, it gets messy, it creates entropy, it creates loops, it creates noise. And your soul definitely yearns for and really creates from clarity. And so when your mind gets too loud, your inner guidance gets quiet. Another thing that could be happening to you could be that you, like I alluded to, you are living from old programming, not your current identity. And so your old identity tries to keep you safe because it's who you and your beingness and your brain and your programming and your mind has always known, right? Even on a scientific level, right? Your neural pathways are conditioned, right? And so your old identity tries to keep you safe. And your new identity, remember, identity is coming from programs in your subconscious mind that are directly aligned and linked to the frequency of your soul. Your soul is sovereign. Your soul is eternal. Your soul has been around again and again and again and again, tens of hundreds of thousands of times. It is always in the frequency of your truth and your inner being. And that is really where we construct our identity and our belief system when we are fully aligned. But because we're human, we are programmed. And so as we move through time and discover more and more about ourselves and who we are in a newer, deeper level of self-awareness, we can align our identity that feels really good with and true to the frequency of our soul. So your old identity keeps you safe. Your new identity wants to evolve. And disconnection is that space in between of like where you are now to where your soul wants you to go, where your calling is asking for you to look toward, right, with your bigger vision. And that is the moment where your soul says that you are not that old version of who you are anymore. And the third thing that could really be indicative of feeling disconnected is that you are carrying energy that really isn't yours. And for women, I think that this is especially true because we are, moving in flow in our intuition and even in our right brain, right, where we're picking up on nonverbal cues, energetic cues, all of that stuff. And so women especially absorb, not surprisingly, emotions, expectations, responsibilities, other people's needs, other people's frequencies, other people's problems, all of that stuff that we are naturally attuned to. And when you carry too much, your intuition gets muffled, your energy really absolutely can shift in a way that leads you further and further away from being connected to your inner essence. And so your disconnection really is your body and your mind saying, I don't want this anymore. Like, just hand this back, release it, get rid of it. And number 4, you may be feeling disconnected, and another sign for that would be that you are ignoring your soul's nudges. And the whispers. Do this. Say no. Let go. This isn't you. You are meant for more. Have that boundary. Create that space. Hold that space. Step back. Be still for a moment. It's okay to be still. When we ignore these signs, of course, disconnection grows. Your soul doesn't punish you. Your soul is always wise, always eternal, completely unaffected by what is happening, right, on this 3D planet, this experience, and what we're constructing in our subconscious minds, or even in our conscious minds for that matter. Your soul doesn't punish you. It's simply observing, and it simply quiets until you are ready to listen again. And number 5, This is another great example of what's happening when you might be feeling disconnected. You are definitely transitioning into a higher timeline, and this one is big. When you are shifting into a new chapter, your old energy begins to dissolve first. And that empty feeling, that pause, that stillness, that is not disconnection. It is preparation, right? Our bodies, our minds, and our souls are so tuned in to what is happening right at 30,000 feet and beyond, right? From that universal observation of who we are when we are in our quantum self, our highest wisdom, and just being very cool, quiet, still observers of everything going on. You are becoming someone new when you are transitioning into a different timeline and a different way of being. So what you can do to just kind of like lean into that feeling of disconnect, and how you can realign and get back into that higher energetic space, that frequency where you're feeling good, where you're feeling alive, where you're feeling that feeling of the frequency of love, the frequency of joy, the frequency of fulfillment, of gratitude, of meaning, of purpose. I want you to just get quiet for 30 seconds. Your soul does not need an hour. It just needs a little bit of space, a little bit of silence. And then ask, what part of me am I not listening to? And just simply let one truth rise for you. And if you get nothing, if you get crickets, just take time again and again, a minute here, a minute there, and let whatever truth needs to come to you rise, because it will. It is always there. It is always gentle. It is definitely always honest. It is your authentic energy of you, of your soul, waiting for you to just say, I'm here, I'm ready to serve, I'm with you, I'm here, I'm present. And then, of course, release what is no longer yours. Feel the weight drop, shift the program, take an aligned action, do something that feels really, really good coming from your truth, from your authenticity. And you know what? Name whatever it is you need to release. Let it go, whatever it may be. And then remember to reconnect through joy. The frequency of joy, the frequency of love is your fast track back to yourself, to your soul. You are sovereign. You are amazing. You have been here again and again and again. You have done this so many times. You are the culmination of all of your experiences and wisdom through time. So remember, disconnection is not a problem. It is a doorway. It is a bridge between who you have been and who you are becoming. So trust this moment. Trust this season. We are all human. We are all going through this in one way or another. Trust this transition and trust that your soul never leaves you. You are an eternal, wise being, and you have just temporarily lost the signal, but you can always tune back in. And so if you would like to connect with me, I'm going to drop a few links in the description box below to join my free newsletter, to watch my amazing free webinar, Recode Your Reality. And then if you would like to connect with me for a quantum alignment session, clarity session, whatever you would like to call it, definitely click that link as well and hit subscribe. Hit like, definitely comment, definitely hit that notification bell if this message resonated with you. And I hope to see you inside my newsletter. Watch that free webinar. Like I said, Recode Your Reality. It is amazing. It is all about, 3D, 4D, 5D, body, mind, soul, energy, frequency, how you manifest all the stuff, the psychology, the energy, the science, and everything that goes behind, manifesting and creating the life that you know that you are called for, that you would like to live. And so I will see you all next time. Have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I will see you all soon. Namaste.